111 tests, 105 years, 4 draws and a lot of bruised ribs. South Africa and New Zealand have been beating each other up since 1921, and this weekend they do it again at Ellis Park. So before the first whistle, we went back through everything since the turn of the century. Every test, every score, from that mad afternoon in Johannesburg in 2000 to the Wellington night, the Boks broke the record. 26 tries, ranked. Let's start at 26. Handré Pollard hangs one up. Beauden Barrett goes for it and loses it. And Lukhanyo Am is already looking wide. One pass. Arendse hits the corner in his first test against the All Blacks. And by full time, the Boks have their biggest win over New Zealand since 1928. Not the flashiest score on this list, but the man who scored it would go on to torment them for the next 4 years. Liam Messam kills them all and gets 10 minutes for it. Fourie du Preez does not wait for the referee to finish talking. Tap. One long pass. Leroux takes 3 men with him over the line, and the Boks lead 22-21 in a test people still argue about. Beauden Barrett puts a cross kick up, and Dane Coles goes with it. A hooker climbing above a Springbok back 3, tapping the ball back one-handed. Scott Barrett takes the gift. Third try in a half hour that ended 31-0, and by full time, 57-0. Painful viewing if you are South African. Beautiful rugby if you are not. 10 minutes into the second half, Dan Carter pops a pass into a crowded midfield, and de Villiers has read it before it leaves his hands. 29-12. And the Boks go on to win 32-29, completing the only 3-0 sweep of the All Blacks in the history of this fixture. 12 minutes left, 10 points down. Ofa Tu'ungafasi in the bin for killing them all. So the Boks go back to the maul. 2 phases after the drive, Quagga powers over, under the posts, and the deficit is 3. Kolbe is standing where the ball is about to be, which is a habit of his. He picks the pass off, and there is nobody quick enough in a black jersey to do anything about it. 36-24, and the Boks are 80 seconds of defense away from their first win in New Zealand in 9 years. 3 weeks after Albany, the Boks lose by 1 point instead of 57, and this is the reason. Ioane reads it, takes it clean, and runs the length. In his debut test season against the Springboks in Cape Town. Ruan Nortje steals the line out. A few phases, and Willemse runs onto it flat. Quinn Tupaia does not stop him. Leroy Carter does not stop him. He goes through both of them and puts the ball down, and the record starts to look like it is in danger. The line speed is the try. The All Blacks come off the line hard, force the error, and Clark is on the outside for his second of the night. 27-17 with a quarter to play. New Zealand are winning this test comfortably. For 8 more minutes. Milner Scudder picks the pass off inside his own half, then plays give and go with Beauden Barrett to beat the cover. 4 minutes earlier, the score was 0-0, and the Springboks were bossing it. 2 tries in, that window took the game away, and it never came back. "12 points down at home, and Ioane drags New Zealand back into it with a brace. He is 21 years old and scoring for fun against the world's best defences. This is the one that made the last 10 minutes unbearable. Watch the build. Pieter-Steph du Toit steals the line-out. Ethan Hooker slices the midfield open. Kobus Reinach recycles. Sia Kolisi straightens, the ball goes wide, and du Toit gathers on the edge and offloads inside. Kwagga finishes. 8 sets of hands, and not one of them belongs to a specialist winger. The first score in the highest scoring test these two have ever played. Chester Williams, at the back end of his career, in front of a Johannesburg crowd that adored him. 86 points followed, 6 Springbok tries, still a record against the All Blacks. McCaw goes for the corner with what looks like most of the Springbok pack attached to him. He gets it down. Whether his left boot was in touch when he did is a conversation South Africans and New Zealanders have been having for 16 years. 94,000 people in FNB Stadium, and about half of them are still not over it. 12-0 down inside 20 minutes, and the test is drifting away. Dianchi scores, and then he scores again in the second half. And between those two moments, a Springbok side nobody rated wins in New Zealand for the first time in 9 years. He played 13 tests. This was the best night of them. Cullen scored more tries against South Africa than anyone in history. 10 of them. 2 came in this test, and they are the reason a game the Boks led 33-13 finished 46-40. First half. The Boks have all the territory and none of the points, and they are 10-0 down. Kolbe steps in front of the pass and goes the distance. It is the only thing on the scoreboard for South Africa at the break. 40 minutes later, they had 43. Du Preez hoists it himself. Joe Rokokoko cannot deal with it. Bakkies Botha lands on the loose ball, and one phase later the man who kicked it is putting it down. Du Preez in 2009 was as good as any 9 has ever been. This is 30 seconds of why. '17th minute, 19th minute. 2 tries in 120 seconds against the best team in the world. Then his hamstring went, and he watched the rest of the greatest test of the modern era from the bench. South Africa's record try scorer against New Zealand got 8 in total. These were the 2 that mattered most. 74th minute, Boks 3 down. Set piece near the line. Williams spots a gap next to the ruck that nobody else has seen, and he is through it before the All Black defence has finished resetting. Sasha Feinberg Mungomezulu converts. 31-27. 5 defenders. 5. Smith beats all of them for the opening try of a test that produced 9. And it is his record 8th of that rugby championship. Slow it down and watch the feet. There is no fen, no burst of gas. He just keeps arriving somewhere the tackler is not. 3 tries, 1 afternoon against New Zealand. Only 2 Springboks have ever scored a hat-trick against the All Blacks, and Joubert did his in the test that won Jake White the Tri-Nations in his first year. 40 points, 7 tries, and a centre at the absolute peak of a career that burned out far too early. 2 minutes into the second half, Boks scrum on halfway obliterates the All Black 8. Kolisi picks up and surges. Andre Esterhuizen steps in at scrum half of all things and throws a long ball that lands in Kolbe's hands with the corner open. The Boks lead for the first time in the match. They do not stop for another 38 minutes, and 43-10 goes into the record books as New Zealand's heaviest defeat. Final minute, FNB Stadium, 94,000 people. Ma'anonu slips past John Smith and runs 40 metres through the middle of a Springbok defence that thought it had the game shut down. He draws the last man and finds Dagg. New Zealand win it with the clock red in Soweto in front of the biggest crowd this fixture has ever drawn. South Africa need a bonus point win, and they need to keep New Zealand off the board entirely. Jean de Villiers has just flattened Barrett on his way to the bonus point try, and the Boks are ahead. Then Barrett comes back the other way and skips past 4 defenders. That one score handed New Zealand the Rugby Championship, with 20 minutes still on the clock, in a stadium that had spent 80 minutes screaming for the opposite. 65 points, 9 tries, and Nigel Owens limping. Rugby has not produced a better test since. Five minutes left. Victor Matfield in the bin. Box down to 14, 5 points behind, at Carisbrook, where South Africa had never won in 87 years and 8 visits. New Zealand had won 30 tests in a row at home. Ruck, 5 metres inside the New Zealand half. Januarie dummies left. He goes through the gap between Nemia Tialata and Kevin Mealamu, and now only Leon McDonald is left. So he chips it over his head. Perfect bounce. Catches it. Dives. Frans Steyn converts. 30-28. Peter de Villiers hammering the desk in the coach's box with both hands. The House of Pain, taken by a scrum half from Hopefield that half of South Africa had spent the week saying should not be in the squad. Best try either side has scored in this fixture this century. It is not close. 26 tries, 26 years, and the two of them are back at Ellis Park this Saturday. Tell me what I got wrong in the comments. Somebody is about to type, "January over Barrett, are you mad?" Go on then. Subscribe if you want the second test breakdown.